Alright, so I've had this Shein package sitting on my floor for a while, and I decided I'm going to do a big Shein haul try on because I got quite a few things, and I'm bored in quarantine. So we're going to start with all this. I just dropped something, so there's one more. But yeah, so this is the first item. It is a wrap dress, which is kind of short. I'm not in the frame because I forgot that I have to put on clothes to be in the camera, and so I got ready to put this on. It looks kind of thin, a little bit see-through, so I'm not sure how that will look once it's on, but it's not super thin like on the left side because it has this this wrap and this doubling. I don't see through it, but let's see. Okay, so here we have it. It's actually not as short as I thought it would be. It goes to about here. Please ignore that mess. So mid-thigh, almost lower. And I expected it to be a little shorter from the photo, but it might be because I'm just kind of short. This is a size medium. It doesn't cut too low, which I like, because there are a lot of dresses and things that plunge way down here, and it's kind of uncomfortable for me personally. So I prefer not to have those. And it has this nice cover here, so it's almost like it's kind of short, but then if you thought that was too short, then this kind of makes up for it. Here's the back. Yeah, and this green's a really nice green. It's not too bright or too like dingy green. So I would say I would definitely wear this to a concert, like a symphony type of concert, or a semi-formal event. It's not too showy or anything like that. And I do have another version in a different color, which is slightly different style, which I will try on next. So I would give this, you can't really see through like I was worried about, so 8 out of 10, probably. I feel like I would have to keep pulling this down is the only reason, and then when you sit, like I can feel it coming up the back, so that is one thing I would worry about on this dress. Alright, so something I forgot to mention with the other one is it is quite stretchy, just like this one. That's why I'm mentioning it now, because they're similar. What's different is this cut here, so it's like a slit at the leg. It's not too high, maybe a little bit high for my comfort level. In terms of how it feels, in terms of how it looks, I don't think it looks like aggressively high or anything like that. And it has this, you see it goes all the way down to the floor, so I would probably wear maybe wedges or a short heel or something like that with it. And what I do love about this is it has a zip up on the side, so it makes it much easier without having to worry about like stretching it out too much or ripping it. And one thing about this is it does feel like it's fitting a little bit funny on my at the top. It might just be because of my shoulders and the broadness, and it could also just be the way that I put it on. But I don't know if you can see how it kind of out here a little bit. It feels like it's a bit lower than the other one was. I could be wrong because I can't see it like straight on. But I don't know entirely if I would wear this as frequently as the other one, just because of this. One thing I do recommend for anyone who doesn't like the low cut, just put a tank top or something, like a black tank top straight across underneath it, so you can have that black right here and it still looks kind of classy, not too in your face. And sometimes you can't even tell, like a lot of dresses I know have that straight across built into them anyway, so just add that extra layer and you're good to go, as long as it doesn't bulge out anywhere here. So I also like how this is, I don't know what to call it, ruched or something like that. Across the side, it's not just flat, and it adds a little bit more detail without it being in your face, like I said earlier about something else, and without it being like very loud. It's just a subtle little addition and gives some detail to the dress. Okay, so here's what it looks from the side, and then you see like sticking out. I would wear this to maybe a banquet or a gala type of thing because it's that style and it's nice and cute. Alright, and next up. Alright, so this is the one I was the most excited to get out of this this haul, and it's this cute little kind of pantsuit type of thing. The sleeves are a little bit long on me, but I would just roll it up. Most sleeves are long on me just because I'm short. This is a size medium like everything else I got. The pants are nice and stretchy, so when you pull them up, like you see this waistband, you don't have to worry about it being too tight or too loose. It conforms nicely, and bonus, it's got pockets. Anything with pockets gives it like that's a 10 in my book. I just put a semi-sheer tank top underneath this because it just only comes with a jacket and pants. There's no button or anything, but it's like nice and flowy. The material isn't really a standard like blazer material because it's not a blazer. And on the tag it says it's 95% polyester and 5% spandex, so that's where you get that little bit of stretchiness from. And I don't know if you can see the detail on the collar. So it folds down here, and when you put it on, it kind of just sits nicely on the side, and it's also a little bit longer, so you don't have to worry about it being too short, and it covers up anything that might be underneath it. So like this, I just tucked into the waistband, and I can leave it out a bit here so it's not too uncomfortable, and this top covers it. Yep, this is what that looks like. And strangely enough for me, actually just kidding, I just checked it. Most of the time pants are too long on me because my legs are shorter than average apparently. And so like on here, you can see it's like at the bottom of my foot. But that's also not a big deal. I would just roll it inward, or I can hem it or wear like boots or something like that. So definitely my favorite. And I could easily wear this to any, I don't know if at a business meeting, maybe a semi-casual one, or a business casual type of thing, maybe an event, easily an event. Yeah, I know business meetings tend to prefer like just plain colors, and this kind of has a pattern even though it's black or navy-ish, so like a dark color. But yeah, so mine on this would probably be also an 8.5 out of 10. Extra points for the pockets, but for me it's kind of long, but that's also like a me thing, so I'm not gonna fault the design for that. Alright, next up is a swimsuit, and I took it out of the package, and it's like, so the top is a wraparound thing. I didn't realize it would literally be just wrap around, and I have to figure this out, so bear with me. So, I like the way it looks, but it took me a bit of effort to get this top on. Bottom, great. I love high-waisted, and this is fantastic. But, this has no padding, which is usually a turn off for me. I didn't realize this didn't have padding. I don't know how I thought it would be put on. Right now, it's fine because my boobs aren't that big, so I don't have to worry about them coming out, but I feel like one wrong move and like this will slip up on either side, and that's it, like done. So this might have to go back, even though it's really cute. Whenever I go swimming, I tend to like swim, and I don't think this could handle currents and things, or like anything aggressive movement, because like, you know, you're moving, right? So this is gonna not, like, it's already starting to come up. So this is what the photo looks like online. It was $11, so I guess, you know. And here's some style photos, which I guess kind of show you what it looks like off the model, and you can kind of see how it doesn't quite fit as it does on that model. But I might keep this just because it was so cheap, and I like the bottoms, and if I'm planning on going to the beach and just like sitting there to read or something, yeah, I'd probably wear this. I might have to learn, there, see, right there. I might have to learn how to wrap it a bit better, but it is really cute. So This is probably, I would give it a 6 out of 10 just because of this top situation. Like if you're bigger, this won't work for you. If you're smaller, it's fine, it's great. I might do like a sheer cover or something on this to make it a bit better. It almost looks like a one piece actually, and if I bring this down, it basically looks like a one piece. So I like that you can change it based on how you want it to look, but at the same time it gets a bit limiting up here. So yeah. So this is the other piece that I was super excited about, and it's a little underwhelming. These shorts, they're quite compressive and tight. So here it feels like they're almost digging into my skin. And for me, I feel like this seems more of a sporty type of swimsuit, right? But if I do that, it's coming up like this. I might and then that's not a great look. So I prefer if these were a bit looser, and I feel like I have to pull them down all the time. Like once they're pulled down, it's fine, but this front is not super forgiving. Making sure I don't have it on backwards. Yeah, it's on right way. And then the top, I love that it's padded, and I like that it's just this nice high neck with a little bit of detail, but I don't know what's going on with this neckline. And on the zipper part, like the stitching's coming out and it's super loose, and it just doesn't fit the way that the photo showed. So like it has almost 5 stars with 1,195 reviews. So I don't know. Also, they're not all zipped up all the way, so maybe that's another thing. But even then, like if I do this, I think the neckline, like that doesn't look great to me, and the neckline is still really wonky right here. So this might have to go back. I might just exchange it, or see if they have a bigger size in the shorts or something like that. Because the top, if I go bigger size, not gonna work. It already feels kind of loose. So this one I'm kind of disappointed in, just because probably I was so excited for it and it didn't pan out the way I wanted it to. Also, I've been looking for swim shorts for so long because all of the bikini bottoms, or even like one piece bottoms, they go way up my butt, and I'm not personally comfortable with that, and I prefer the shorts. But these are a little bit digging in. They might fit later on once I drop some weight. But right now, not the greatest. I'll sit on this a little bit, but I'd probably give it like 5.5 out of 10, just because I like the look, but on me the fit is not super fantastic. The material also feels like it's obviously swim material, and it's not too thin, but it's like the same material as this one, like stretchy, and obviously this has to be stretchy, but I feel like they just took a piece of cloth and made a sash out of it. Like I could have done that with any material, or at any craft store and done that myself. So when I unzip it, it's not quite as bad, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to, we'll see how it is. I wanted it for more of a sport wear, and if it's not gonna hold up, like this top is gonna be loose, water will catch in there, and the swim shorts won't fit the right way in terms of like rolling up, and that happens a lot, especially if you have, like for me, a little bit bigger thighs, bigger bottom. That happens in shorts and in really any bottom you wear, and I was hoping these would be a little bit different, but not as much as I thought. So I'm gonna sit on this one, but I might have to return it or exchange it. So yeah, that was the haul. I know it wasn't a whole lot of stuff, but the dresses and the suit, wonderful. The swimsuits, a little bit iffy, which I understand. Like Shein is a fast fashion brand, so it's not super high-end quality, but at the same time I expected a little bit more based on the reviews and on the photos. But if you have ever gotten anything from Shein or any of this stuff, let me know what you think, and if you would buy from Shein if you haven't bought before, or if you would buy from them again. I think it depends on what you're buying, but just read the reviews and always helps when items have photos, like customer photos, and that way you can see how it fits and things like that. I have another haul probably coming soon, but for now that's it for this one, and